He talks about Christ now, and to go back to the why of why he wrote, of understanding exactly why he wrote this, he does this kind of ascension of taking Christ, who was dead and alive and is seated in heavenly places. And he's trying really hard, listen to me, he's trying really hard to put you right where he's at.
Amen.
It's all about your position. Remind me of who I am was the song. Remind me of my position, of where I sit with him. Because you don't sit down here and he's up here. Although sometimes that's how we feel, and maybe that's how we live. But the reality is what Paul's trying to say is his position's way up here. And there's other books that says you've been seated with him in heavenly places. That you're right there. As high as God is, that's where you are. That's the name that you have. High above all things, and you together as a church, he has all of his power and authority for you at the highest place. A lot of times we look at, okay, where am I socially, or where am I economically, or, where am I at in management, or am I just a cashier? All these different things that we think about and almost place ourselves within society, like, where am I? But to realize that everyone in this room is as high as you possibly can be. There is no greater height to achieve. It's amazing. It's as high as you can go. You have nothing else to achieve. God's like, that's it, you're here. And you're amazing. And I have all of this authority and I have all this power for you as the church. Which, isn't there another verse there? Yeah. Especially the last two verses. Froze? It's okay. Unfreeze. Unfreeze. There you go. And gave him his head over all things to the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills all in all. God fills all in all, and I really want him, for me, to be my all in all. All right? To fill me. And that's what he's doing for the church. He's everything. Okay? But God is just a name. God simply is just an idea on pages written in a book. Or as people talk without you. There's this combination. It's everything through you. God just doesn't show up on people's doorsteps and invite them to church. He doesn't just send angels down or have rocks call out. He says it's you. And you show the fullness and the richness and the authority of Christ. Because it doesn't exist without the church. It just doesn't. He doesn't. He's here for us and with us in this.
Amen.
So my prayer, like his prayer, my thoughts was that you just have your eyes wide open to where you fit in. Some of you have come for years or whatever else, and you're kind of attend here and there, and we make it one week, we don't some other week, and you know some of the people that are like that, and some people are really more involved. That's like, this church needs you. People really need your life. If you're a little kid or if you're really old. Because God is in your life, and together we're really powerful. And we make a difference. And the devil, I think, works really hard to get us to see something different. To get us not to be united in those specific things. To get us not to understand our holy calling. And that's first. He works really hard. But if I read anything correctly there, it says that he is above all things. Even demons. And all the power that they have, he's way above it. So I hope you're not living to where they're at. You don't need to. They may have influence, but it's from the bottom up. Not from, because like, what is it? If you're fighting, Did anyone see the Star Wars, when the new one, oh, let's see which one is it, when Anakin was fighting Obi-Wan? Anyone see that? Okay, there was this part where Anakin was fighting Obi-Wan. All right, it's one of the newer ones that came out, and it was right when Anakin was turning to the dark side. And at some point, they're fighting, Obi-Wan gets on top. He's up on the hill. And Anakin's down. And Obi-Wan's like, it's over, man. You can't do anything. I have the higher ground. You can't win because there's no way at this point. I'm higher than you are. They were always equal, but he went up. And that's the same. It's just the same thing. The higher you are in Christ, the less influence evil has. It has, and the more victorious you'll be in your life. Not that it makes you go to heaven or anything, but if you're living life down here, you're going to get beat up. You will get beat up, promise. But if you sit where Christ is at, I'm up there. I'm with him. Things might look a little bit different. Hope that makes sense.